I'm making another album. And yesterday evening at dinner, as a family, we go around and we share some of the positive things that have happened on that day. And my win was that I sang 5 words really well. So, as you can imagine, my family were like, "You sang 5 words really well? How's that a win?" Especially when you consider that what I did was I recorded the entire album, all of the songs on it, and a new vocal performance of each of the songs on the album. And out of all of that recording, it was like the half of a line really connected with the purpose. I was really expressing the purpose. Those 5 words just to me absolutely leapt out and were like, that is what I'm going for. And obviously, as you might be thinking as well, my family were like, "Oh, how's that a win?" I mean, I don't know how many words there are on the album. There's probably hundreds of words on the album. So just 5 of them were good. 5 of them were what you were shooting for. But here's the thing. This is why it's such a massive win. I mean, this isn't just a small win. This is one of the most exciting things that's happened to me. This is the first time I have got proof, real world proof, that I can do this. That I can become a singer-songwriter and do something that is really good. Now, obviously, even the 5 words that I've got could be improved. Even that recording of those 5 words can be improved, but I would be happy if all of the singing on the album was at that standard, was of that quality, that level of emotion coming through how I was singing it. I would be over the moon. And until now, I've not managed to get close to it. So until now, everything that I've been doing has been an assumption. Well, there's no reason why I can't become a singer-songwriter. It's been conceptual. It's been in my head. There's been no real-world results. I mean, I do have the proof that I am making progress, but there's been nothing that has proved without a shadow of a doubt that I can do this. I've just assumed that I can. And this is super exciting to me because if I can sing 5 words that well, that to me says I can sing 50 words that well. That to me says I can sing 500 words, 5,000 words, 50,000 words. That to me says eventually I will be able to sing like that as my default. And talking of defaults, having spoken to a lot of musicians and artists who are progressing themselves, I think that often a mistake that we tend to make is that if you get a little chink of light like that, something that is way better than anything else that you've been able to do, like an outlier, something that is what is maybe beyond the ceiling of what you think you can do, we often view that as being a fluke. The thing is, in what sense is it a fluke? So let me tell you what I've been doing since I last recorded the album episode, and you tell me if you think what I did then in that 5 words is a fluke. So what I've been doing is focusing on 2 of the songs on my album for the last few weeks, which require that I play keyboard and sing at the same time. Now, the reason that they require that is that they're the kind of songs that need to be very flexible in terms of tempo. So they kind of speed up in certain places and they slow down in other places. And in trying to play the keyboard and vocals separately, it just wasn't working. The thing is, the reason that I've been practicing them over and over again and recording over and over again and listening back to the recordings and then practicing them again was, number 1, to learn them, and also number 2, to develop the ability to sing and play well at the same time. So I've never been able to do that before. So this is a whole new skill that I'm learning, being able to play and sing at the same time and do it with any level of quality at all. So I've been doing that over the last few weeks, just focusing on these 2 songs, cycling between those 2 songs over and over again. I mean, every day I was doing 3 recordings of these vocals, then listening back to the recordings, reviewing, right, what are the problems? What do I need to focus on? What do I need to improve? And I've been doing that over and over again. Then it got to a point where it's okay, I can actually play these songs to a certain level. What I'm going to do is I'm going to record every song on the album. Now, most of the songs on the album don't require that I play at the same time. So the song with the 5 words in it wasn't one of the ones where I was playing and singing at the same time. It was just me singing. And there's just this one little phrase, in the day no more. And it goes on, than a shadow. But in the day no more. And it was the second time I sang it in the second chorus, and it just hits. I'm like, it's like it's no longer a static, lifeless someone trying to sing, and it just feels like what I am singing. It's like there's a direct connection between the voice and the meaning of what the voice is trying to say. And I don't think that that would have happened without all of the practice that I did, and also without allowing myself simply to sing the pieces of music. It's like that 5 words is at the very top level of what I can do. But I do believe that I can do it. I don't believe that this is a fluke. It's just at the higher end of what I can do. It's what I can do when I don't put things in my way. Because I can remember when I was recording that, I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just singing. So this is super exciting to me because now I have proof that I'm going to be able to do this. And I have evidence. It's not simply, well, there's no reason why I couldn't, right? I now have evidence. What I can do is I can listen. I mean, even now I'm thinking about it. What is it about how I sang that meant that it has this kind of effect, that it leaps out? What is it about that 5 words and how I sang it that is creating that level of quality? And what is it about all of the other words, the hundreds of words which don't have that level of quality? What am I doing there that means that they don't have that effect? Because by analyzing that, by thinking about that, I can start to increase the number of words where I sing like that. I can start to increase the amount of my performances that are like that. So not only is it a motivational win, it's also a process win. I can pull it apart and even come up with some practice games, some music games I can play to see if I can reproduce that kind of vocal. Now, when I say that kind of vocal, I don't mean the specific emotion. I mean, there's something about the connection between what the person is singing, the meaning of what they're singing, and what is actually coming out that I've been attempting to reach all of this time for the last month, since I last recorded the album episode, that I know what I was attempting to do, but I was never quite reaching it. But now I have reached it, it's become much clearer. So now I'm super excited to take this proof and also take this 5 words, just this little line, and figure out, all right, what is it that I need to do to not exactly reproduce what I'm singing there, but more how I'm singing it. How am I going to create that kind of performance in all of the tracks on the album? Now, of course, before I complete this album, I might not be able to do it all of the time. But I believe that now I have done it once, just for a short section, it's going to be much quicker for me to do it with much more of my vocal performances. And in your own music, when you have those moments, those little chinks of light, those outliers where you do way better than you're expecting, when you do way more than you think that you can do, instead of treating them as accidents, or instead of treating them as flukes, treat them as being the best that you can do right now and your new measuring stick. I mean, this is how you improve. How much better will you be if that ceiling becomes your median, becomes your average? And there is nothing stopping you do that. All you need to do is, first of all, recognize that you can do that because you've done it once. Yeah, even just for 5 words out of hundreds, you've done it once, so you can do that. What did you do or not do? What did you focus on or not focus on in order to create that result? Simply practice doing that over and over again, and I am sure you will surprise yourself at your progress, just as I am surprised and excited at mine. So I'm going to go and increase that 5 words to 50, and I'll let you know how it's going soon. And if you found this valuable and you think anyone else might benefit from it, then please feel free to share it with them. You'll be doing me a huge favor, and you will be doing them a favor as well. So now I'm going to stop talking about making an album and start making one.